Hi, this is a JavaScript tutorial for a ticking clock, ticking the system date time. In the previous video I explained or exampled how to get the date time, so I'm not going to rewrite that part. I shall take that from that as a copy and paste. The link will be in the description below for that. Okay, let's get started. So first off, some folder structures. And I'm going to use GSAP for the animation of the clock hands. So I want tween max. No jQuery required. Tween max is quite small. It's only 110 kilobytes. And if you want smaller, there's tween light and tween. I think tween nano is an ActionScript 3 or AS2. Anyway. So let's create our template CSS file. And this is a clock face that I downloaded. Nothing much, just a standard GIF. Would like to note that the angle between the markings is not quite perfect, whereas we will be working in accuracy in degrees, so it'll be more accurate than the clock face. So if you are going to make a clock face, make sure you get a even divided clock. Okay, so we need an HTML file to work from. And let's get editing. Interesting. There we go. So let's open our files. Okay, let's put our HTML template in. Not typing that. CSS includes CSS styles. JavaScript includes JS. Tween max. We're not going to do anything on the page. And our application. Let's build our clock. Clock face, hands. Let's add an output just in case. This will debug. Okay. For clock equals function start stop. And we're going to start this automatically. Lazy man function. So this will be, as soon as it's instantiated via new clock, I want it to call. JavaScript doesn't have constructors in this version, not properly, so let's just make the init a function. Let's never write too much code before debug. Scope, 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 12. There we go. I like to read my code as if it's a story, so nice and easy. Easier to delete at the end than to create. So first of all, we want, from the previous example, the clock, which I'm not going to be bother rewriting. So that's going to be basically this. Get the date and the time. And so we're going to tick after initialization, and tick is going to call itself every second. Tick. ticking. There we go. So tick, tick, tick. Now that'll get annoying to log that one out all the time, but it's good to just see it happening. Okay. Let's build the visual. So our clock face is huge. So we don't need it that big, but HTML or clock face. I'm going to do the hands in CSS. Don't need for an image for them. The clock face. So let's start. Relative to allow for absolute positioning inside the container, just in case. 1024 is a bit too much, so let's divide by 2, 512. Center it, and don't allow anything out of it. And clock face. Pretty much the same, apart from absolute. Move this to an images folder. Always. That's for the YouTube channel. Okay, let's give it a quick test. Perfect. So now for the clock hands. Just work up from the second hand. No image. Clock hand. Second hand is typically red, I think. And it's not going to be the full diameter of the clock, so that's divided by 2 and minus a bit off it, I suppose. Let's leave it at that for now because we need to work out positioning and offsets because we're dealing with rotations. So let's just take a quick look. Okay, perfect. And 256 is half of 512. As you can see, it's slightly off from center. That's the origin there. So we need to change transform origin 50%, half of width 5 pixels by the height 256 pixels. See what happens. And half of that, half the width of that. Perfect. So we got that straight there now. So let's program this one in first. We are ticking. make sure our stop function works correctly. Clear timeout and null the variable. Two. 51. Ah. Well, I think I just crashed the browser. Got all of our infinite loops. There we go. So now we've got tick, tick. Test second equals 0. So now I'm just going to. How's it going? We'll just work on the tick. DOM elements. Right, so 60 seconds in 360 degrees. So 360 divided by 60, multiplied by the number of seconds we are currently on. And we need to bring this into the tick. Now this is where tween max comes in, or tween light. We could do it with setting normal CSS values and dealing with all the browsers and the angle issue, which I'll show you shortly. But if we were to do it with the CSS, we have to deal with WebKit transform, Moz transform, MS transform, and just transform, and I think or transform, which I think has been depreciated, something like that. But we can do it in a single line of code, so let's not do that. So we tween the second hand in that amount of time, in seconds. And we'll rotate to the angle calculated here. And that's the calculation issue. So it wraps, the angle goes 359.01. So it rewinds all the way back around. So we've got something else here which can handle that for us, which is called Directional Rotation, which is simply, we could do it two ways. We can just add clockwise, closest angle. So if we check this out now, it doesn't do that anymore. So perfect. Let's not wait anymore, and just for the time being, let's shorten that hand. To 36 maybe. Adjust height, transform origin. Well, the origin is always a bit fiddly. So we add 20 pixels from the top and we take 20 pixels off the transform origin. And thus we get that. Still a bit too long. It's too big. It should be 6. So it's 256 off of 512. 6 is 3, 3, 3. Let's take another 20 pixels off it. That is much better. Okay, let's work on the minute and hour hands. I don't want to see that one quite yet. So minute hand is chunkier. Let's go for 12. It's a full 6. And it's shorter. Another 20, I think. Bit shorter. Another 20. do me. Let's call him in. We're not going to wait for minutes or hours. And as like seconds are 60 minutes in 1 hour, which is a revolution, 360 degrees. Let's see what happens. Awesome. Let's offset these. Is that too short for a millisecond? Yeah, I think it is. I got it. That looks perfect. And now for our hand. If we were using less, yeah, we could write a function to write these out for us and calculate this for us once, instead of doing it over and over. But we don't do it 3 times. So our hand is thicker again. Let's have something divisible by 2. 20 might be a bit big. Yeah, 18. Uh, 256. 45. 156. Ah, 256 minus 140, 116. I think it's correct, but the circle in the background is off center. Shouldn't notice it too much when it's rotating. Let's program that in. there are only 12 hours in a rotation here. And we are off on the CSS. Ah, yes. 29 is 18. So if we apply actual values, there is our ticking clock. Now you could remove the tween. Which should say ease none. Quick little Google. That is correct. Great little tool. So these are easing equations you can use. I want to see what happens if we use not that bounce. And we need to put that back to 1 second ticks. I quite like that effect. Comment that out. And that will give us the endless tick. And for a bit of fun, let's add the output date to the clock. CSS. Make sure you index these get them in the right order. Second hand is usually at the bottom, minute hand, then hour hand. Otherwise it'll follow the structure of your HTML. I think the hour hand could be thinner. Is date a reserved word? No, it's just my JavaScripting. Well, I found it. Doesn't like to write anything to it. Why is that then? How bizarre. Very strange. It's always good to have a problem. Data output null, and it does exist. Get element by class name. Doesn't find it, doesn't set it. Well, for now, I'm just going to set it as an ID then. Yeah, dear. I don't want to write that again. And PHP Storm fails me with undo redo. Oof. Give me width back so I can work out an average of a center point from 256, which is half of diameter, minus 100 divided by 250, 206. This Z indexed under everything because it's next to the face clock. And that is our clock. We could draw an image on this, we could then box it, we could make it tick over. Or flip clock, that'd be quite interesting to do. I might do that in the next video. But thank you for watching, and that is how to do your clock. Remember, if you did this with normal CSS, you would have ended up with that, and that, and fixing the rotational issue. And also you wouldn't get access to easing and bouncing. Thank you for watching.